I don't know what it is about Ripple, but there's something about it that makes people excited or freaked out or both or a little of everything. I mean, and you know, in 2017, the price of XRP was up, what, 32,000%. And you know, there are reports that said that that made you and other executives there billionaires, Brad. And is that right? Is that normal? Did that blow your mind? I mean, is it true? What's the bottom line there? Maybe we have a chart. We have a chart of that.
We have a price chart of XRP that we can pull up.
We can pull it up.
You know, I'll tell you the exact same thing I tell people inside the company.
Woo! Look at that.
When I say inside the company is the exact same thing I would say outside the company. The price of XRP over 3 hours, over 3 days, over 3 weeks, or even 3 months, that is not success. That's not how I measure success. I think about success over the next 3 to 5 years. The problem we talk about these pre-funded accounts, the liquidity that the Bank of Andy wants to park at other banks, there's over $20 trillion parked in pre-funded accounts around the world. This is dormant capital. We're solving a problem measured in the trillions of dollars, and if we can activate that asset, if we can make global commerce more efficient, there's an opportunity to drive a lot of velocity, a lot of demand, and a lot of volume across XRP. We are just at the starting line. I also said, you know, look, I think we've taken the first few steps of a marathon, but what I can also say is we've crossed the starting line of that marathon, and really no other companies in this space have.
I'd like to introduce you to the miracle of Chinese bamboo. It all begins with a seed and with the vision of someone willing to wait. A Chinese farmer, usually struggling to survive and provide for his family, plants the seed and sets his hope and vision on all it will provide when it towers 90 feet above his head. With a heart toward the future, he digs hole after hole, plants the seeds, then begins their care. Day after day, he carries water to the spots he has marked. And because it's human nature to want to see results, he carefully inspects the spots every day. Nothing. Knowing he has to feed his family, he plants other crops, carefully sown around the spots that contain the real hope for his future. He continues to water them every day, feeding them carefully and watching. Nothing. The other crops sprout within weeks, providing nourishment for his family within months, but provide nothing for the future. These crops will not make his dreams come true. They will simply provide for the present. The Chinese bamboo seeds contain all his hopes, his dreams. A whole year goes by. Nothing. He continues to haul water. He stares endlessly at the spots but sees nothing but barren ground. His hopes, his dreams seem so very far away. There is no evidence of life. Has the seed rotted? Has it died before it ever had a chance to grow? Another year goes by. Nothing. His neighbors, those who don't know and believe in the miracle of the Chinese bamboo, laugh at him. They mock his vision for the future. They look on with scorn as he hauls buckets of water to the spots. He begins to question himself. Will it ever grow? Is he pouring water and his life's energy into something that will reap no reward for him? Another year goes by. Nothing. 3 years of pouring water, energy, and hope into the Chinese bamboo. Nothing to show for it. Yet he's heard of the miracle of the Chinese bamboo. He's heard of the huge rewards that come to those who believe. One day he stands over the spots, and he cries his frustration and fears. The spots reveal nothing, the barren ground seeming to mock him, yet the wind whispers hope to him. He sighs and hauls yet more buckets of water. Another year goes by. Nothing. 4 years. 4 years of hoping, wishing, and diligently tending his dream. Surely the miracle will happen now. His neighbors have quit laughing. They no longer even care, yet they talk quietly among themselves of the farmer who isn't quite right. At this point, the farmer isn't even sure. Yet he's fallen into a habit, so he continues to water the spots. He continues to feed them. It's simply what he does now, with no knowledge of reward, just the simple, now unspoken hope that life resides beneath the spots he so carefully tends. Another year passes. Nothing. 5 years. The farmer is tired of hauling buckets, tired of growing and tending so many other crops to feed his struggling family, tired of trying to keep his dream alive, tired of seeing no results day after day. He stares hopelessly at the spots. There cannot possibly be life after so many years. He must have watered them wrong. He must not have fed them correctly. If only he had done things differently, there would be growth. Despair rocks his soul. 5 years he has poured into his dream, into his hope for a better future. His dream mocks him. The vision of a better life for his family melts away under harsh reality. Tears fill his eyes as he grabs for the last hope residing in his soul and slowly lifts the bucket to pour water onto his dream. After 5 years, he realizes it would be folly to give up. Then comes the morning when the whole village is jolted awake by the cries of joy from the farmer. They watch startled from their windows as he runs down the dusty road calling for his family to come see. As his family races back up the road after him, the rest of the village pours from their houses to see what has this crazy farmer so excited. They find the family clustered around the spots, talking excitedly. From the edge of the road, they can see green sprouts thrusting out from the barren ground. They seem to be growing before their very eyes. The farmer is dancing. The miracle has happened, he cries. The miracle has come. The spots become the place for everyone in the village to come, watching in amazement as the bamboo grows and grows and grows. 5 feet, 10 feet, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. In just 6 weeks, the bamboo has grown 90 feet tall. 5 years of nothing, and now this. 90 feet in 6 weeks. It is truly a miracle. The farmer stands to the side. He is aware all his dreams have come true. The harvest of the bamboo will provide all he dreamed of for his family. The bamboo that will replace what is harvested, springing forth from the deep roots forming during the last 5 years, will provide for generations to come. He also realizes the lessons he has learned are far more valuable. He learned to plant a dream. He learned to do the daily things that would make it a reality. He learned to ignore those who said it couldn't happen. He learned to push past his own fear and doubt and keep taking action. He learned to have faith when there was no reason to have faith. Now he smiles every time he walks through the village. Everyone is hauling buckets of water to their own spots. Gazing over at his towering 90 feet tall bamboo, they know what can happen because of him. Because of his willingness to blaze the trail and make his dream come true. What about you? What are you willing to do to make your dreams come true? How long are you willing to work? How long are you willing to take action? How long are you willing to push past your fear and doubt? How much faith and belief are you willing to have? I hope your answer is one that will help you achieve all you dream of in life. As you continue to dream, do so knowing that someone believes in you enough to send you this movie. Someone believes in you enough to make sure you understand the miracle of Chinese bamboo, because they believe you can create miracles in your life.
Wakes another forest inhabitant. This one is particularly astounding in its vigor. It can grow up to 1 meter a day, fast overtaking the other plants around it. The taller it grows, the faster its growth rate, so that in a matter of days it towers above the undergrowth and continues reaching for the sky. Not bad for what is essentially a grass. It's bamboo. Given the chance, bamboo will create immense forests, dominating entire areas. Bamboo forests occur across southwest China all the way to Shanghai. But probably the highest diversity of bamboos in the world is found on the hills and valleys of Yunnan.
That's a good starting summary. At its core, I usually describe Ripple as an enterprise software company selling solutions to financial institutions, banks, payment providers. Part of that technology is a blockchain-based solution. We use a digital asset called XRP to facilitate liquidity. We have a series of products we sell into that market, and we've been fortunate. I think we've focused very clearly on one vertical, payments, and particularly cross-border payments. I think from that focus, we have been able to generate a lot of traction. We have over 100 banks that we're working with around the world, and we're excited about how it's going.
And what about the XRP? Because you've often said it's integral to the plan. Banks are going to use it. Western Union's going to use it. And yet, there's been some reports that this stuff it's the third most valuable cryptocurrency out there, but is there really a real-world use for it?
So one of the things I will start by saying, I think it's really important to understand the distinction between what Ripple is as a company and XRP is as an open-source, decentralized technology. And I think a lot of people conflate those. In fact, people have accused us of intentionally conflating them, and then we'll call them and say, no, please correct your story to separate. Like, no, people don't understand the difference. Like, no, let's be clear. Ripple is different than XRP. We use XRP we build tech solutions on top of it. The primary product that we use today is called XRapid. And the way banks work today, if you're the bank of Jeff and I'm the bank of Brad, if we have a bilateral relationship and I've pre-funded dollars and I have, let's say, pesos, then we can settle using a product we have called XCurrent, and that's fiat to fiat. If we don't have that relationship, either I have to spend months to set that up, and then I have the capital costs of having dormant capital parked there. I've got the compliance costs of monitoring, is the Bank of Jeff a legitimate, ongoing trusted bank? Certainly it is.
Always.
Or you can fund real-time liquidity. And what that looks like, and we've talked a lot about our results from XRapid. We've tried to be very transparent about its early days. We certainly acknowledge that we're on kind of mile 1 of a 26-mile race. But we also think we're really the only people that have passed the starting line. Like, we have real production use of our products, and we're seeing real savings from the customers that have used XRapid.
Let's drill down on a bit. Who exactly is going to use it? So it seems big banks, like a bank, Chase wants to deal with a bank in London to move pounds and dollars around. No need for XRapid. You're talking about the more sort of far-flung places where they might not have a correspondent bank or they don't hold the local currency, so they're going to use this stuff instead?
Yeah.
So give me a specific example of who's going to use it.
So one of the things we've always said is I don't think banks will be the first customers. We've talked about payment providers, and so we have run pilots out there with the MoneyGrams, Western Unions, Mercury FX, Qualix, a couple of others. And those are payment providers that have massive treasury operations. Using one random example, you have a payment provider that has hundreds of millions of dollars of negative working capital because they've taken their dollars or their pesos and they've pre-funded the account. So they go into Mexico. Once a week, let's say, they'll wire $10 million to Mexico and then debit along the way. Now, sometimes they overfund, sometimes they underfund. The ability to have real-time liquidity is transformational. The global pre-funded, what are called Nostra-Vostra relationships, it represents something on the order of magnitude $10 trillion. If we can make that more efficient and more useful, we can actually accelerate the engine of commerce kind of on a global basis. Ripple, from its earliest days, has talked about how do we enable an internet of value, and really enabling payments to move the way information moves today. And I think that's pretty dramatic. So drilling in, we've seen pilots with, I think, 6 different payment providers. I have publicly said we expect this year for at least one bank to use XRP in their payment flows, to use XRapid.
Are you sticking to that this year? We'll see.
100%.
Okay.